Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the Nuremberg trials and the thalidomide tragedy. First, we are going to discuss about the Nuremberg trials. Held for the purpose of the bringing Nazi war criminals to justice, the Nuremberg trials were a series of the 13 trials carried out in the Nuremberg, that is a place in the Germany between the 1945 and the 1949. The defendants, who included the Nazi Party of official and the high-ranking military officers, along with the German industrialists, lawyers, and the doctors, were indicted on such charges as crimes against the peace and the crimes against the humanity. The Nazi leader Adolf Hitler, who, whose uh, who is committed the suicide and was never brought to the trial. Although the legal justification for the trials and their procedure innovations were controversial at the time, the Nuremberg trials are now regarded as a milestone towards the establishment of a permanent international court and an important precedent for the dealing with the latter instance of the genocide and the other crimes against the humanity. Let's see the other information of the Nuremberg trials. Shortly after the Adolf Hitler came to the power as a Chancellor of the Germany in 1933, he and his Nazi government began the implementing the policies designed to uh, persecute German Jewish people and other perceived enemies of the Nazi state. Over the next decade, these policies grew increasingly repressive and violent, and resulted by the end of the World War II, which is held in the 1939 to the 1405. In the systematic state-sponsored murder of the some 6 million European Jews, which is along with the estimated 4 million to 6 million non-Jews. In the December 1942, the Allied leaders of the Great Britain, the United States, and the Soviet Union issued the first joint declaration officially nothing the mass murder of the European Jewry and the resolving to prosecute those responsible for the violence against the civilian population. According to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, the Joseph Stalin, the Soviet leader, initially proposed the execution of the 50,000 to the 1 lakh German staff office. Now, let's see the city of the Nuremberg, which is also known as a Nuremberg in the German state of Bavaria, was selected as the location for the trials because its place of justice was relatively undamaged by the war and included a large prison area. Additionally, Nuremberg has or had been the site of annual Nazi propaganda rallies holding the post-war trials. There marked the symbolic end of the Hitler's government, the Third Reich. Let's see the major war criminals trials, which is held in 1945 to the 46. The best known for the Nuremberg trial was the trial of a major war criminals held from the November 20, 1945 to the October 1, 1946. The format of the trial was a mix of the legal traditions. 24 individuals were indicted along with the 6 Nazi organizations determined to be the criminals, such as a Gestapo or a secret state police. Let's see the other part of this Nuremberg trials, that is subsequent trials, which is held in 1946 to the 49. Following the trial of the major war criminals, there were 14 additional trials held at the Nuremberg. This proceeding will last from December 1946 to the April 1949 are the grouped together as a subsequent Nuremberg proceeding. They differed from the first trial in that they were conducted before the US military tribunals rather than the international tribunals that decided the fate of the major Nazi results. Now let's see the aftermath. The Nuremberg trials were controversial even among those who wanted the major criminals punished. The Harlan Stone, Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court at the time, described the proceeding as a sanctimonious fraud and a high-grade lancing party. William Dogley, they an associate U.S. Supreme Court justice, said the allies substituted power for principles at the Nuremberg. Thank you. Now we are talking about the thalidomide strategy. First, we are seeing what is the thalidomide. Thalidomide was first developed by the Ciba, a Swiss pharmaceutical company in the early 1950s, and subsequently introduced as a contingent by the Chemie Guggenheim. The drug was initially advertised as a sedative which would allow users to undergo deep sleep in the absence of a hangover and with a reduced risk of the developing drug dependency. At the time, the basic testing was done on the drug and it was considered not to have any toxic effects on the human. However, unlike today's level of the rigorous testing, the drug was not analyzed for any potential dangerous teratogenic effects. Now, let's see in 1950 the first thalidomide is marketed, and in 1956 the first birth defected were reported in the world, and in 1961 this thalidomide drug is withdrawn from the Australian market. Now, thalidomide and the congenital mutation. In the 1960s, the two medical professionals, that is Dr. Widukind Lenz and Dr. William, observed an association between the use of the thalidomide in the expecting mothers and the congenital malformation. Once publicized, this finding were the further backed by the several cases across the globe, with a reported 10,000 children thought to have been born with the phosomia. Now, across the cases of the patient, a range of the abnormalities was noted, including the phocomelia, which is it is a congenital deformity whereby the hand and the feet are bound to the child's trunk, absent or grossly underdeveloped. The disfigurements of the ear is also takes place. Then ocular abnormalities also takes place in the child. The facial palsies and internal organ damage and the congenital heart diseases also occurs in the children. The thalidomide tragedy takes place in 1950s, where the pregnant women were being prescribed a sedative drug called the thalidomide to relieve pregnancy nausea. In 1961, the thalidomide was taken off from the market. Experts estimated that the drug led to the death of the 2,000 children and caused the serious birth defects in the more than 10,000 children. Now, thalidomide and their relation with the pregnancy. In the 1950s, the scientists did not know that the effect of a drug could be the pass through the placenta barrier and harm a fetus in the womb. So the use of the medication during the pregnancy was not strictly controlled. And in this case of the thalidomide, no tests were done inhaling the pregnant women. As the drug was traded under so many different names in the 49 countries, it took 5 years for the connection between the thalidomide taken by the pregnant woman and the impact on their children to be made. A UK government warning was not issued until the May 1962. One reason why the researchers and the doctors were slow to make this connection was due to the wide range of changes, range of the changes made in the fetal development. The limbs, internal organs included the brain, eyesight, and the hearing could be affected by this thalidomide drug. The latter, they found that the impact on the development was linked to the when during the pregnancy the drug was taken, and the effect only concerned between the 20 and the 35 days after the conception. After that, the thalidomide had no effect on the fetus. Another reason why it is took so long to establish the link to the thalidomide was that some of the damage caused by the drug was very similar to the certain genetic condition that affect the upper and the lower limbs.